Hi guys, it's Rick Shields down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village. I'm going to be testing these. Do not adjust your set. These are the Volvik Vivid golf balls. I've got the Vivids to test, which are these crazy coloured golf balls. They're not crazy golf balls, by the way. They are real golf balls. And then I've got the S3 and the S4 to test. I'm going to do those in a separate video because I just feel like these two golf balls, even though they're made by the same company, Volvik, they are not in the same league. So stay tuned for the S3 and S4 video coming soon. Probably tomorrow if this is brand new video coming in. Let's start with the Vivids though first, because these are the ones that have caused a lot of talking points, certainly because of the ridiculous colour of these golf balls. Volvik is a Korean-based company who have made these golf balls. They seem to be getting into the hands of a lot of players. A lot of the good players, the tour players, are using S3 or S4, so stay tuned, like I said, to review those, because these are just different league. For me, these have got very much a crazy golf type look to them. They are unbelievably bright. These are, I believe these are all the colours you can get. It's a three-piece golf ball. They've sent me a cut through there, three-piece golf ball. And they're not cheap, but they're not ridiculously expensive. In fairness, they're quite expensive for what they are. So I've tested these golf balls. I started on the chipping and putting with them, did some pitching, and I've come back inside today to hit some on quad with a wedge, 7-9 and a driver to sort you through the numbers of these golf balls. So I first took them out on the golf course, and I must admit, I was a little bit kind of put out of position putting this ball down on a putting green. I felt very odd putting such a brightly coloured golf ball on a putting green, because you cannot miss these things. They are so bright. They have a matte finish, which actually makes the golf balls look like there are no dimples on them at all. You have to look unbelievably close to see the dimples. On some of them, the red one and the orange one, you can make out the dimples a little bit more, but on the white one and the blue one and the green one, they're almost, they look smooth. The white one looks like a snooker golf ball, or a pool ball or a ping pong ball. It doesn't look like a golf ball at all. So I wanted to test them, because I wanted to get, are they a bit of a Mickey Mouse golf ball, or is there actually something behind the Vivid? Let's talk about the feel I was getting. So once I got over the looks of these golf balls, I started putting with them. I wasn't overwhelmed by the feel of them, if I'm honest. They were quite hard, they were quite clicky. I didn't feel like they were really giving me any response at all. They actually did feel like a crazy golf ball. They felt like just a little bit of a cheap plastic golf ball. I did need some chipping and some pitching with them. Again, just wasn't overwhelmed by this Vivid golf ball. It was just not giving me the feelings that I require. If feelings and putting and chipping and the feels around putting and chipping aren't that bothered, and you want just the looks, well then that might not be so big a deal for you. But obviously, when I'm testing a golf ball, I want a ball that feels soft and one that responds and spins as I chip it into a green. So I've now come back inside into hitting some shots on quad, GC quad. Hit full 100-yard shots with a brand new TaylorMade wedge. Hit 7-iron shots with a brand new i200 iron, and hit some drivers with the Callaway Epic driver. And I hit 5 with the ball. I actually hit the green one all the way through the testing. I hit 5 with each shot, and then picked the best 3 to give you some numbers. I also did a durability test at the end as well, where I hit 10 golf shots with a full wedge to see how long this ball lasted, how it cut through, did it have any real damage as I hit it for durability purposes. Let's start off with the wedge numbers first. So, as we see up on screen here, Vivid 100-yard shot. My biggest standout factor on this was the spin number really wasn't particularly high at all. They were quite low actually. It was less than 10,000 RPM spin. Carry distance at 99 yards. I felt the flight was good. Still quite a clicky noise off the full wedge shots, but just wasn't really getting loads of spin. This Vivid golf ball does not brand itself as a high spin golf ball. It's branding itself as a low spin golf ball. It's branding itself as a distance golf ball. So we're probably not going to see a lot of spin numbers from that range. Now, I did get some really weird spin numbers off this as well using quad. And I can only really put it down to the fact that quad uses a camera system that works at, I think it's 20,000 frames per second, And I think because they were so matte finish, it was actually struggling to see the spin of the dimples. On a normal golf ball, it can actually see the spin of the dimples. So I tested all of the colours with the wedge, and I'll just show you the numbers here. This is all of the wedge colours. And we saw similar again. There was a couple of dodgy ones, like the blue first one, it really didn't pick up at all. Just that's on quad, that's on the camera system. However, though, across all of the testing, I feel very confident now to say after all of the testing with all of the colours, they don't really break 10,000 RPM spin, struggling just to get over 9,000 RPM spin. When I compare that to a Pro V1 or a TP5, the premium golf balls, that's quite low on it. But again, it's not branding itself as a premium ball, i.e. spin numbers, but it's not cheap. They are not cheap, these golf balls. I suppose if they're that bright, you shouldn't be able to lose them as much. But that's one thing, actually. When I was out on the golf course, I did a little experiment, and I chucked them into the rough to see how quick they were to find. I found that those three, weirdly enough, were really difficult to find. The red one, most difficult, followed by the blue one, followed by, weirdly, the bright green one. I was really struggling to find those ones. Those four, much easier to find. That one and that one, couldn't miss them. When they fly through the air on full shots, it is like something else. They're like meteorites flying through the air. It's quite a sensational sight. You cannot miss anyone that uses these Vivids, I've got to tell you that. And anyone that uses the Vivids are, how can I say this? Brave. I think to rock up with the golf ball this colour on the first tee, I think you're very brave. However, I do think it's got a market. I think for the junior golfer, for the new golfer, for someone who wants fun with it, they're going to look at choosing one of these because I think they're just so bold and crazy. I just can't imagine Barry the accountant turning up with one of these. I don't want to stereotype, but I just don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the market for them. Vivid 7-iron shots. You can see there the middle row. Again, I was getting low spin numbers again, carrying it 172 for 183 total, but spin rate quite a bit lower considering the spin rates I normally get with that 7-iron. And again, it's going to offer good distance, but for me, not the spin numbers that we require. If we look at the driver numbers, great low spin numbers for me when I was hitting them hard. I was getting less than 2,000 spin, which is great, equaling 292 carry distance. I actually see these golf balls having a marketplace in the long drive tournaments. I think a lot of long drive guys would use this type of golf ball. One, because it's a wacky, crazy sport that they all play when they just try and smack it as hard as they can. But it doesn't matter if it looks like it's got no dimples. They probably quite like that. It almost give it a feeling like it's just going to go even further. So I feel like long drive guys would actually have a field day with these things. And they would look so good through the air. It really would, certainly being hit at like 200 odd miles per hour ball speed. The finish is something it's hard to get over. I hit 10 balls with the green one after the test, and honestly, it looks like it's damage free. But that's only because I can't see the dimples even if it would make damage. It still just has that matte finish to it. It's not scratched, it's not scuffed. I've read some comments online that they say they're not very good in dirt. I don't know why that would be the case. It seems to pick up a lot of dirt. I suppose it would because they're so super bold. Any bit of mud or anything on them, if it stains, wouldn't look as good. But I didn't notice that, if I'm honest. When I took them out on the golf course, it wasn't a big deal. The 2 or 3 times I've taken them out on the course, and you might have seen this before I did this review, me and Pete have actually hit these golf balls out on the golf course. I hit this on a par 4 at St George's Hill and drove through the back of the green. And Pete hit this one, the orange one, at Conway Golf Club, and it went like 450 yards. It was and I'm not exaggerating, there is video proof of that. It went a ridiculous long way. I do think they're long hitting golf balls. I really do. I think that the junior golfers will absolutely love these. I just don't see it having a huge audience base, but that's absolutely fine either way. They're not quite crazy golf balls, but for me, they're not far off. They're a little bit novelty. They're a little bit out there. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that either. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. If it brings some brightness and some smiles to people's faces out on the golf course, I'm all for that. That's the Volvik Vivid. Now, bearing in mind, that's what I'm saying is Vivid. The S2 and the S3 and S4, that review's coming next. Now, these are the premium golf balls coming from Volvik. And wow, these are a different league. to the Vivid. Believe me when I say that. So guys, stay tuned for that video that's going to be coming next. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Comment below which colour, if you had to play with one of those golf balls, what colour would you play with? I'd love to hear your comments down below. And if I see some good ones, I might even send you the colour of the golf ball, because I don't think I'm going to be taking them out on the golf course anytime soon and playing with them. So comment below. If I see some creative ones, I'll get in touch and I'll send you those golf balls out. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned tomorrow for if this is a video that's already been uploaded, the video will already be on my channel of the S3 and the S4. Videos coming soon. These are the premium golf balls. A very different tale to those two. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Volvik Vivid, done. It's brightened up someone's day anyway. They are bright.